Joy Reid asked a question, why is MAGA so angry? Got the White House, got the Congress, you got the Senate, you took away women's rights, you're banning books, you're kicking transgenders out of the military. Why are you all so happy and pissed off all the time? Why? Why are you so mad? They don't know how to be happy. They're miserable human beings. They're angry because their version of white America is going away. Their bullshit lie of American exceptionalism. And they don't have words. Go ask them when America was great for all people. Well, we have hot dogs and baseballs. Wow, we're talking really intelligent people here, right? It's not. What happened when they lost an election? Their plantation owner, Grand Wizard, told them it was stolen. So what do they do? Yeah, I get to be violent and I can justify it because he's going to pardon me. They love it. Schadenfreude is a word that means people love the suffering of others. People with lower self-esteem, they have a higher version of Schadenfreude. The cruelty isn't a bug, it is the main feature. It's on every channel. MAGA could be butt naked, sitting on a street, eating garbage, living out of a garbage can like Oscar the Grouch, and they would still vote Republican because they're not voting for themselves. They're voting against their enemies, the Democrats, because they think that by voting against them that they're going to suffer. They're going to punish them. They're going to make them feel bad for their shitty life. Your life is shitty because you keep voting for Republicans, because you're racist, you're white supremacists, you're misogynist, you're pigs. You're the reason that we haven't had a woman president, because of your fragile little male egos. Mediocre white men with micro penises that need some gun to feel like an alpha male. And anything that goes against that, you're willing to beat people up and threaten them and violence and tear them down. So when people are happy and they're down here, right? And all they got is their Klan rallies and dating their sister and all 6 teeth that are left, they don't like it. And since they don't know how to be happy, they want to pull you down into the mud. Donald Trump doesn't love himself. He doesn't love his wife. He doesn't love his family. He doesn't love his parents. He doesn't know how to love. All he knows how to do is to hurt other people. Like an alcoholic. That's all they know. And you have to drink more, and you got to drink more, and you got to drink more, and you got to drink more. Or drugs. You got to do more drugs, and do more drugs, and do more drugs. Or whatever your vice is. It has to be worse. So he has to amplify the hatred, the anger, the vitriol, the violence, the misogyny, the racism, the white supremacy. It has to be more to satisfy his base. They will never be happy. If every state went red, they would still be miserable human beings. Because people that are like that don't know how to be happy. Your happiness scares them. My sister has an example, right? I made a video yesterday, and I found out that she gave me, along with my nieces and my brother, fake ashes of my dead sister. And it wasn't just that, the cruelty. It was that they laughed about it. Schadenfreude. That tells me everything I need to know about them. That they enjoyed the suffering of me, knowing that if I ever found out or didn't, that they would know, we're going to get him. That is what the cruelty is. Because they had no problem voting for a white man, right, who's an adjudicated rapist, who has abused 25 women, who caused an insurrection where he had dead officers, convicted felon, cheats on his wife, white supremacy, is very likely a child molester, and he's actively protecting child molesters. But they're like, yep, that's my guy because he hates the same people I do, non-white people and Democrats. It's that simple. You can't make people care. The person that they worship like Jesus Christ, the racist podcaster, what did he say about empathy? That it was weak. That real men, real white, insecure, mediocre white men with micro penises that need guns to feel like alpha males that wave stupid flags that say, don't tread on me. I don't give a shit if people are murdered in schools, but don't tread on me because I'm a selfish prick. That's what they were attracted to. They didn't want empathy, and they cheered it on, right? And they won't say a thing about gun violence, but the moment you go to Starbucks and don't write his name on there, put Charlie's name on there. Oh, this is the end. Let's attack them. Let's cancel them. I'm going to throw my cups away. I'm going to be the victim. Oh, I'm going to punish them. And it goes right back to what it is. They don't know how to be happy. And when you look at it from that lens, this is why they need to be the victim of everything. Take Lincoln Riley, right? 2024, an undocumented immigrant murdered her. Awful. But there was over 41,000 people that died from gun violence. Not a damn thing about any of them. The vast majority, white men, U.S. citizens. Nothing. Nothing about January 6th. Nothing about Senator Hortman and her husband and her damn dog being shot. Nothing about the officers that died from PTSD after January 6th. Nothing anywhere, because they need to be the victim because they're not happy people. That's why they always need to be the victim of something. They're like drug addicts. And they will never, ever, ever be satisfied until they get counseling. But the reality is the only thing that's going to change them is to suffer the effects of the racism. They're going to have to lose their jobs. They're going to have family members and friends disassociate with them. They're going to have to lose their houses, their cars. They're going to have to suffer. I said something a couple months ago, and I'm going to say it again. The only thing that is going to change white people in general in this country is when they have to suffer a fraction of what it's like to be a black person's country. And that is extremely true for MAGA. Once they feel the effects of something being treated against them poorly, then they're going to care because they're selfish. They don't care about the better good of society. They only care about themselves, which is why they're not Christians. Love thy neighbor as yourself, but the only person they love is themselves. You cannot live in both light and darkness. You cannot keep voting against the Democrats and say, I hate the Democrats and I hate Taylor Swift and own the libs, and then go to church and say you love Jesus. They're not Christians. They're Pharisees. They're white Christian nationalists. That's all they are. It's about maintaining the white male patriarchy. That's why they're really pissed off. That's why they're angry. Because it's foreign to them. They're scared of being a minority. And they're going to fight and claw all the way. And it has to be people like me that push back. And the last thing Joy Reid said, she was right. You guys have got to get a handle on these young white men because they're out of control. They are. They are scared of a non-white majority. Look at how they acted to Bad Bunny. I don't care if you use sign language. I don't care if it was Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiian, whatever. I don't give a damn. He stood for something good, and they didn't like it because it was encouraging. But they're fine with the president assaulting women, calling women fat, calling women piggy, protecting child molesters. That's okay. But Bad Bunny, because it goes back to, once again, they need to be the victim because they need to blame somebody for their shitty life. Have a good day.